All cells have a plasma membrane, but not all cells have the same internal structure. Prokaryotic cells don't have membrane-enclosed internal compartments. Organisms with this type of cell are called prokaryotes. Eukaryotic cells do contain membrane-enclosed compartments. Their DNA is enclosed in a membrane-covered compartment called the nucleus. Eukaryotic cells also contain other membrane-enclosed compartments that isolate certain molecules and chemical reactions from the rest of the cell. Organisms containing eukaryotic cells. All organisms are grouped into one of three broad categories called domains. Prokaryotes include members of the domain Archaea, called Archaebacteria, and members of the domain Bacteria, called Eubacteria. Prokaryotes are single-celled organisms roughly 1 micrometer in diameter. The cell's internal fluid is called the cytosol. Its genetic material consists of a large DNA molecule compacted in an area called the nucleoid region. The plasma membrane encases the cytosol and its contents. Members of the domain Bacteria have a cell wall surrounding the plasma membrane. Eukaryotes include fungi, animals, and plants. Eukaryotic cells are typically 10 to 30 micrometers in diameter. Eukaryotes contain intracellular fluid called cytosol, just like prokaryotes. As mentioned earlier, one of the distinguishing features of eukaryotes is the compartmentalization of their DNA in the nucleus. A pair of membranes called the nuclear envelope surrounds the nucleus. Most of the other functions of the cell are carried out by organelles. Eukaryotic cells have a number of organelles besides the nucleus. The endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, is a network of membranes extending away from the nucleus. It performs complex tasks involved with the synthesis of RNA into proteins. Another membranous organelle, the Golgi apparatus, resides near the nucleus and ER. It sorts and modifies proteins produced in the ER and prepares them for transport to specific parts of the cell. Mitochondria and chloroplasts are the main sites of energy transformation in eukaryotic cells. Chloroplasts are found only in plant cells, and we'll talk more about them soon. Lysosomes are membrane-enclosed sacs containing digestive enzymes. Like organelles, the cytoskeleton is unique to eukaryotic cells. It's a dynamic three-dimensional structure that fills the cytosol and anchors many of the organelles in place. The cytoskeleton contains three primary types of fibers: microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. These fibers aren't visible in this image because of the technique used for preparing the sample for viewing under the microscope. Let's consider the distinctions between plant cells and animal cells. Plant cells have three distinguishing features: a cell wall, chloroplasts, and large vacuoles. The cell wall protects a plant cell, helps maintain the cell's shape, and contributes to the overall structural support of the plant. Chloroplasts are found only in plants and certain algae. They convert the sun's energy into chemical energy in a complex process called photosynthesis. In plants, the vacuole is a specialized membrane-enclosed region within a plant cell that serves as a toxic waste dump. Many compounds are isolated here. Now that we've explored many of the differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, let's ask the question: where did eukaryotes come from? Chemical processes on the early Earth probably led to the formation of the first cells, which were primitive prokaryotes. Scientists believe that eukaryotic cells evolved from prokaryotic cells in a stepwise process that includes endosymbiosis, where one organism lives inside the body or cells of another organism. For example, ancestral prokaryotes that could use oxygen to convert food molecules to energy may have lived symbiotically inside primitive eukaryotes. These prokaryotes eventually became modern-day mitochondria. Other prokaryotes with photosynthetic properties may also have lived symbiotically in these early eukaryotes.